Automate simple business processes with Process Builder. Learning objectives. After completing this unit, you will be able to list the types of processes that can build in Process Builder, define the key components you use to create a process, build a process that updates the address for an account contact when the account address is updated. Let's get started with Process Builder. Process Builder is a point-and-click tool that lets you easily automate if-then business processes and see a graphical representation of your process as you build it. The component of a process. Every process consists of a trigger, at least one criteria node, and at least one action. You can configure immediate actions or schedule actions to be executed at a specific time. Here's an example of a simple process. Start, opportunity, closed one, and high value. True, immediate action, draft contract, time lapse, scheduled action 6 days after close, follow-up task, set schedule, stop. Trigger, identify when the process should run. The trigger identifies when the process should run. For record change processes, the trigger determines which object and which of the following changes the process should pay attention to. Only when a record is created, anytime a record is created or edited. Criteria determine whether or not to execute actions. While a process gets one trigger, you can add as many trigger nodes as your heart desired. Each criteria node controls or not the process executes the associated actions. If the record doesn't meet the criteria, the process skips those actions and moves on to the next criteria node in the process. In each criteria node, you can set filter conditions and your custom formula. Like in validation rules, the formula must resolve to true or false, opt out of criteria, and always execute the associated actions. Actions are what the process should do. When a criteria node evaluates to true, the process executes the associated actions or waits to execute them at a scheduled time. Each immediate action is executed as soon as the criteria evaluates to true. Each scheduled action is executed at a specified time, such as 10 days before the record's close date or 2 days from now. At the specified time, Salesforce makes sure that the associated criteria node still evaluates to true. If so, the scheduled action is executed. You can schedule actions based on either a specified time date field on the record that started the process. For example, a month before an account service contract expires, the time that the process ran, for example 3 days from now, regardless of when the action executes. Here are some of the things you can do with a process action. Create records. Update the records that started the process or any related record. Submit that record for approval. Update one or more related records. Send emails using a specified email template. Post to a chatter field. If you need more than what's available in Process Builder, build an auto-launch flow or Apex class to fill that gap. Then call the flow or Apex from the process. That sounds complicated. Process types. Process Builder can automate a few kinds of business processes. The main difference is the trigger when the process starts. Type, record change. Process starts when a record is created or edited. Type invocable, it's called by another process. Platform event, a platform event message is received. To keep things simple, this unit focuses on the most common process type, record change. Process Builder. Before you dig into the Process Builder, let's take a quick tour. You see the Process Builder screen here, the button bar 1 lets you manage the process or view a list of all processes. Canvas 2 is the main workspace for a process. On the canvas, you define the trigger and one or more criteria nodes. One or more actions in an action group 6. Build a process. Here's a common use case. If an opportunity is created or updated, the trigger and its high value and closed one, the criteria, then create a draft contract, immediate action 6 days after the opportunity closes, schedule, create a follow-up task for the account owner, scheduled action. Tip: plan out your business process before you try to automate it. Doing so makes it easier to configure when using one of our automation tools. That makes sense. So let's launch the playground and tag along here. Gonna put this into split screen. And now we create a new process. Name the process closed one opportunities. The API name updates to closed one opportunities when you tap out of the name field. For description, enter if a high value opportunity is closed and one, create a draft contract and a follow-up task for the account owner. Process starts when a record changes. Click save and then we add a trigger. Find the object, opportunity. Select when a record is created or edited. See on advance. Interesting, recursion allows the process to evaluate a record multiple times in a single save operation. Just want to see what's there, but we're not going to use it now. And then we add a criteria. Name the criteria close one and high value. Only loads when it's a certain size apparently. Conditions are met is selected, that's already selected. Check whether the opportunity has been closed in one. For field 1, choose opportunity stage and click choose. For operator, leave equals. For type 3, leave picked list. For value, select close one. So picked list is basically closed one, lost, and so on. There's another condition. Check whether the opportunity is high value. Click add row. For field 1, choose opportunity amount and click choose. Operator, select greater than. Type free, leave currency selected. For value, enter 250,000. Be sure all conditions are met is selected. Click advance, say yes. When you select this option, the process ignores record changes that aren't relevant to your defined criteria. For example, if the opportunity description is updated, the process won't execute the associated actions. Click Save. We just did that. Add a schedule. Let's have the owner follow up with the account 6 days after the opportunity closes. Under scheduled action, under immediate action, select create a record. Actually, we do this firstly, 6 days. After close date. And now the immediate action. Now let's define the actions that execute when the criteria are met. We need an immediate action that creates a draft contract and a scheduled action that creates a task for the account owner. On immediate action, click add action. I already did that. And then select action type, create a record, action name, create draft contract. Record type, contract. To associate the contract with the opportunities account, select account ID. For type, select field reference. For value, select opportunity account ID. Tip: when you select a value without clicking the arrow next to it, you are selecting a field. To use fields on related records, click a value with the arrow next to it. Make sure that the new contract is draft. In the value for status, select draft from the drop-down list. So we need to select draft here as a status and click save. Scheduled action. Under the schedule we created earlier, 6 days after close date, click action. Action type, create a record. Action name, follow-up task. Record type, select task. Set the task field values, assign to ID, field reference, value, account, ID, on ID. Priority high, checklist not started. Click Save. Success! You have created a process that automatically manages your high-value business opportunities. So let's just see again what we did here. We built the process for high-value opportunities that are closed won, and then a draft contract is created and a follow-up for the account owner is created as a task. The trigger was the opportunity close. We selected closed one and the currency greater than 250,000. Add a schedule 6 days after the close date. Action. The account ID, field reference, and then account ID. And the scheduled action was to create a draft contract. Oh, sorry, the immediate action was to create a draft contract in relation to the account ID. Now we get to the hands-on challenge for 500 points. Keep contact addresses in sync with their account address. You have been given a requirement to keep contact addresses in sync with the accounts they belong to. Use Process Builder to create a process on the account object that updates child contact addresses when an account address is updated. Challenge requirements. The process can have any name. The process must have an update records action that updates contact mailing address fields, street, city, state, postal code, country when the parent account shipping address field values are updated. The process must be active. Note: to complete this challenge, you may have to deactivate the validation rule for the account object. Previous challenge. Back to setup. Let's deactivate this. Process can have any name. So now we start a separate one. Let's call it update when account shipping is updated. Alignment. Aligns the account shipping address with the contact mailing address when account shipping address changes occur. Process starts with record changes. Add an object. When to start the process. Account. When a record is created or edited. Criteria name. Shipping address changes. When the condition is met, account street, city, state, postal code, country. It's unfortunate that there is like no, let's see, nope. It's unfortunate that there's no like summarized object for this. Account street. Any of the conditions are met. State. Shipping. Country. And what do we have? The postal code, I think. One, two, three, four, five. It's changed, it's changed, it's changed. Here I already selected any of the conditions are met, advanced. And there we select yes. Okay, it's apparently the wrong one, so we do it like this, and the immediate action is the action type, update records, update contact, shipping fields, mailing address. Select a record to update. Select the record related to the account, contact. No criteria, just update the records, I would say. Set new values for the records you update. This field is required, okay. Street. Mailing. Yeah, just let me pause here real quick. I need to think if I'm really doing the right stuff here. Okay, I'm thinking maybe we need to make this like separate. So that I can do it like all in one, but maybe it's not a good idea. So let's just start with account, shipping, street. Is changed. Value true. And then we select update records, action name, update, mailing street, select the record type, contact, mailing street, field reference, street, Okay, I think I did something wrong there. Update records. And we need to use the account as reference. Tricky stuff, but we will get there. For some reason it doesn't want to load. Okay, there we go again. Apparently I did have some internet connectivity issues. So what was the process name? Update mailing, contact mailing address. Record type. Street, I think it was. Shipping street. Field reference. Contact. Shipping. I think we need to select the record related to the account, which is contact. Like tricky to figure out like how to do this like the right way. I've never done this before. So field shipping. Mailing street. Reference street. Shipping street. So I hope I'm doing this right. We'll see later on. Criteria. Shipping street. changes. And the next one. Shipping city changes. Unfortunately, there's no like easier way. Add action, update records, update mailing city. Contacts. City. Mailing city, field reference. City. We could also do this for Edro, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this for Edro. So this I will delete. Can I delete this somehow? Delete. Tedious stuff. So account, city, change true. State. Postal. Sorry, this is shipping one. Country. Update contract. Mailing address, yes, mailing street. City. State. postal, and country. I think that's the most tedious challenge I've had so far. I think it would be sufficient if they would have just like chosen 3 different ones or something. So field reference, field reference, field reference. City, shipping city. So state. Postal. And country. I hope the reference was correct, so we don't have to redo this. Let's just check again regarding the conditions. Looks good to me, so let's activate this. And let's try this out in the sales view. So I'll just like choose some random account here. Where do we have accounts? Viewed all accounts. Click on PLC. Andy Young. So let's change the shipping street here to test street. See the shipping street here, the mailing street. And let's reload Andy here to see if this works. Yeah, this works, so we should be good to go. And we go on to the next unit.